Borderlands is a franchise I hold so dear to my heart. A game so simple on paper, just seems like a generic loot shooter. Yet it has one of the most iconic characters in gaming, Handsome Jack. Now I want to tell you guys a little story about how this franchise helped me out a lot. The year is 2013. This was the year the Xbox One was set to be released. At the time, me and my friends were all on Xbox 360, and we were all excited that there was going to be a new, stronger Xbox console. That same year, all my friends got their Xbox One console, leaving the Xbox 360 in the dust. Now, where was I at the time of release? I was stuck on the Xbox 360. My parent couldn't afford a new console at the time, so I had to find a game to keep me company while I was stuck on the 360. And behold, there was this game called Borderlands 2, and it was only $5. I literally had to do a whole ass Shark Tank pitch to convince my mom to get it. Man, oh man, guys, when I spent so much time in that game, whether it comes to farming, building up a new character, doing some wacky builds that I saw on YouTube, I would just watch streamers play it, like Killer6 and Jolts Dude. This game kept me company when I needed it, and I am forever grateful to it. So now, when I dive into this review with Borderlands 4, I'm gonna be saying a lot of stuff, because granted, I have a lot of respect for this franchise. But at the same time, you guys gotta remember this. I will always be honest with you guys. The first thing I wanna dive in is all the drama with the game. There was a lot of noise about this game. This game had the one thing I hate in gaming surround it, which was greed. The game having a collector's edition without even the game. That's a little weird. The studio announcing a roadmap for DLC, and the game isn't even out yet. To Randy. Oh my god. Randy kept me up at night. Every time my friend came up to me at work saying, "Guess who tweeted again?" I would look like this. Saying you're a real fan, you would buy the game at whatever price it would be at, is very fucking dirty and unnecessary. Especially with this being modern day gaming. This isn't gaming back in the day where games were kind of more affordable compared to now where $70 is base price. Like sure, the diehard fans like myself are gonna buy the game, but you need casual fans to pick up this game to keep this franchise going. Or when the game dropped and it wasn't working, he just constantly kept tweeting this. Around Borderlands 3 launch, we reached peak concurrency on Sunday evening after a Tuesday launch. We may be in a whole new level here, breaking records early. Randy, do you know the game's not working? A repost from Screen Rant. Borderlands 4 is not just a triumphant return to form for the popular looter shooter franchise. It excels at virtually everything Randy Pitchfork and the team set out to do. Hello, Randy. Hey, PC launch is not working, Randy. We should probably fix it. You get my point. On top of that, when people were complaining, hey, the game's not optimized, are you guys gonna be fixing it? Instead of being a normal studio and being like, hey guys, we hear your complaints, we apologize, we're fixing it as we speak. Nope. This man had to double down saying, oh, you gamers don't know how your PC works, or hey, Borderlands 4 is for premium gamers. And now, at the time of recording this, which is the 18th of September, he fucking keeps doubling down. Now he's trying to gaslight people, be like, hey man, these people are sending me death threats. No one should ever fucking send anyone death threats and shit like that. But now he's trying to gaslight people and be like, oh, see, look what we're dealing with here. We need to group together and counter this. Like, shut the fuck up, Randy. Just stop fucking tweeting. I just don't understand how he's acting like this game is like a crazy graphical enhancement when it's, in reality, just a better looking Borderlands 3. Now that we talked about all that, I want to also talk about them announcing 1 day to 2 days before the game dropping, saying, hey, there's a day one patch dropping and it fixes most of the issues. What the fuck are you talking about? A patch that's gonna fix most of the issues? Why don't you just delay the game and fix it and then drop it? Like, I didn't understand that tweet. That was a red flag everywhere. And then guess what? The game dropped and it didn't work on PC. And a lot of people had some issues with it. Now, I just want to get this off my chest for like future videos talking about game releases. I am sick and fucking tired of these AAA studios already talking about releasing more content in the future for the game, but don't even fucking consider that the game doesn't even work day one. Yet, we as fucking consumers have to spend $70 fucking on the game as an investment, and then they'll fix the fucking game. But yet, they're the fucking ones that already have a fucking roadmap saying, hey, we have future content in the near future. Motherfucker, the product is broken. You are never ever giving sympathy from me. If the game is not working day one, there is no excuse. Motherfucker should be giving a game a 10 out of 10. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm talking about for that topic. So this is why I didn't get it on my PC. I had to wait a day after, and I got it on my PlayStation. Because, I don't know if you know this also, guys, but 2K and Gearbox are known to making broken products at release. When I got Tiny Tina Wonderlands on my PC through Epic Games, oh, that was fucking cringe, first off, doing an exclusive with Epic Games. I was literally on the phone with customer service. So yeah, I decided to get it on my PS5. And was there any problems and glitches, and was it a 10 out of 10 experience? No. The shaders weren't loading half the time, the frame rate was dropping, animation glitches. It wasn't an unplayable experience, guys. But it's not perfect 10 out of 10 as they're trying to fucking market to you guys. Now that we got all that out of the way, I had to get that off my chest, guys, okay? Let's talk about the game. Now, I want to talk about the greatest part of the game, the combat and the gameplay. Holy shit, they maximized everything. The speed and the chaos is the thing that I fucking love about Borderlands games, and they hit it out of the park. It was so fun. The way you can maneuver your enemies by sliding, dodging, doing a back jump or a forward jump, to gliding through the air. It very much felt like the chaos mayhem that you fall in love with the series. The weapons, man, they all felt unique and fast. I did notice this. It's kind of weird that elemental weapons, you didn't really have to use that much. Like, I didn't use them on my playthrough that much. Like, you know, like fire against health, shield against electricity. I didn't really focus on that. The weapons were just that good. I don't know if that's a knock, but that's just something I noticed. It was pretty odd. And then they also changed that grenades aren't like ammo. They're like a skill that have cooldown. Same with RPGs and the saw blade weapons, which I didn't know at the time that I would like, but I fucking love it now. Like, I think it makes the game more fast and crazy. I like how you can instantly summon your vehicle and go into battle. It's basically like Destiny 2. Everything this game does with the gameplay and combat really helps it, and it really focuses on getting the players to the action, which I did enjoy. I also love how you can label and sell your weapons basically quicker now with just labeling it as junk, and then it just automatically sells it. Overall, if you're a fan of the series, the gameplay will consume you immediately, which is a fucking great thing. It was so fun to play. I'm still gonna replay this game. Expect more videos on the second channel. I do, however, have some issues with the game. There's no mini-map. I thought at the time it wouldn't be major, but man, oh man, that shit builds on you like really quickly. So in this game, they gave you a compass and a radar, but like the radar only labels like the enemies. It doesn't really label like, it doesn't really give you a layout of the map or even label the side stuff, which is annoying because there is so much side stuff to do in this game, like collecting the classic echo logs and the vault symbols to doing the more cool stuff, like the drill sites or the radio tower. I constantly hated that I had to pull up my fucking big map just to figure out where I'm going and to check if there's any new stuff in the area, when in reality, if there was a mini map, it would have made it more quicker and accessible. And I gotta say this, the interface compared to the older Borderlands, it's kind of a letdown. Personally, I love Borderlands 2's interface with weapons and all that shit. Like, you can switch in and out so efficiently and quickly, but this one, you have to pull out like a big ass layout, and then to even like look for your quests and your contracts, they didn't do like a scroll, which I prefer because it's like way easier to filter through. They did more like tabs. It's not a major thing, but it is something I definitely did notice while playing it. The one thing I gotta respect about this game is it does have a lot of fan service. Not that fan service. It just improved a lot of quality of life features, like being able to respawn bosses seamlessly, replaying past quests, decreasing the drop rate of legendaries, getting rid of most of the loading screens, just made the game feel so much more smooth and enjoyable. Now, on the topic of side quests, I think they slammed them home. I think majority of the side quests are pretty good. I love the humor, and I actually was pretty emotionally tied to some of them. Like, I definitely love the Claptrap one where he, you know, lets go of his past. That was a pretty good one, I ain't gonna lie. I also love the Psycho Band one. I thought that was pretty fucking funny. The Prankster one. Oh, dude, there's so many good side quests that it basically consumed me more than the main story. I really like doing the side stuff, and as of today, I'm still trying to collect all the side stuff in the map because it's just that enjoyable. Definitely a 10 out of 10 experience. Now, let's talk about the story. You know, I've noticed something. When the game was dropping, no one mentioned the story. I think they mentioned at once that it was darker, and I didn't really feel that. while playing the story. Also, this story is automatically a 7 out of 10 because Ava is nowhere in sight. Thank fucking God. Like, sure, I think the story is way more serious, but it's definitely not dark as they're trying to tell you it is. Because in reality, there's no risk in the story. There's hardly anyone dying off and all that. Because they changed up the story in a way where it's not just one main antagonist. They kind of took like the Far Cry 5 route where you kill the commanders and then proceed to the final boss, which definitely kind of made the story lose some sauce, because once you complete the first area, say for example you do the Outbounders, you do that, you meet the characters, you meet Rush, you learn about their problems, and then you learn about the main villain in that area, which is Soul. You kill him, and then you go to the next area like Callus. You have to redo that whole process over and over, so it kind of like halts the pacing in a way, because you're like, it's like a roller coaster, you're going up and down, up and down, up and down, but it's not like building the momentum that I was hoping for. There were some things that I did not like about the story. The first thing was the timekeeper. That man was hardly in the story, which it kind of annoyed me, because like the reason I like Borderlands villains is because like they're engaging with you throughout your journey. Like Handsome Jack, I know we're never gonna get another Handsome Jack, but Handsome Jack was talking to you the whole time. He was talking about how he bought a diamond horse, scoops a guy's eye with a spoon, talked about like how he destroyed Firestone and all that, like just stuff like that that make you more engaged with the villain. Timekeeper just saying, yo, what's up? I know more than you, and then he just dips. And the last thing I didn't really like about the story was Lilith. I'm sorry, but like Lilith served no purpose in the story at all until the very, very fucking end. Granted, she's in like the last chapter, but I just didn't really understand why would you bring her back if she's just like, hey, you got this, champ. And then at the end credit, you know, you go to the phase. I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah, she's important in the very end. But it just felt like kind of useless, because like her plot line basically ends in like Borderlands 3. I know Borderlands 3 story is very fucking bad, but I just didn't really understand why she was back. Maybe in future DLCs they'll expand more on it, but like it just didn't really hit right. The characters that I definitely love were the new characters. Like I kind of wish they just stuck with those characters and brought them with you throughout your whole journey. Like Rush, Levain, Zadra. Oh man, those characters are so good. They're so different and unique, and I love it every fucking time, man. Very good. I kind of wish they more focused on those characters instead of like adding more and more throughout the journey. I just wish they stuck with the smaller cast to build those characters up throughout the story instead of just like resetting the plot every time you go to a new area. Yeah, that was basically my issues with the story. That was overall my review on Borderlands 4. I'd say like the endgame stuff that I'm hearing, that there's not an endgame. I mean, if you spend 300 hours on the game, you're probably gonna beat the whole thing. But like, for me personally, like I have so much stuff to do in that game that I'm so excited to play more on my second channel. Like I wanna do the other 3 characters. I still gotta max out Vex, because I did Vex. I still want to do getting all the legendaries and all that, but I still feel like there's stuff to do and collect all the side content and the side quests. I don't know about this take that there's no end game really. I didn't really see that issue personally. Granted, I'm only like 50 hours in compared to everyone's like 100 and something hours in. Yeah, I thought the game was still overall pretty good. I had a pleasant experience. I thought it was like a solid, soft reboot of the franchise. It has definitely a great new cast of characters, which I love. And a pure dopamine gameplay and loot system that just hooked me instantly. And it does have hiccups in the story, but granted, you're not really there for the story, so it doesn't really matter that much. So I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 still. Now, pricing wise, because I like to talk about pricing, definitely don't buy this game right now on PC if you don't have like a fucking all-star PC. Definitely wait till it's fixed. I mean, if you're a diehard fan, you should get it. I mean, you'll definitely have a blast playing it. Now, if you're a casual fan, I would maybe just wait for a sale. I mean, it's a good game, but I don't think it's like must play $70 is what I try to tell you guys. But yeah, it's still overall a really good game. I say definitely get it if it's half off. This game will have a lot of content for you if you get it half off, and they're gonna add more stuff later on, so there's no rush to getting this game anyway. But yeah, it's still a pretty good game. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy, and I'll definitely see you guys in the next one.